Alrighty, so I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Maybe. I'm not sure. So I'm going to take this opportunity while these are finally drying out to basically go in, and I want to go and paint all of the all soft seal areas. I'm just going to go in, I'm just going to paint them Skaven Blight Dinge. I was thinking Eshin Grey, but Eshin Grey is a bit darker, and I'm going to hit these with... I mean, there's bound to be a non-oil pass or a black oil wash or something will go over these. So I kind of want them a tiny bit lighter than Eshin Grey. But obviously I don't want them to be black because the armor's black, so could have probably have gone lighter. So I'm just gonna take this opportunity because I think we're done with like just bulk dry brushing, messing about phase now. Will now be like a time to start cleaning up. What I think I'm going to do is say I'm just going to grab all these soft seals. Get them all painted out. And then basically it's a case of pick your next colour. So I think with all the levers I'm just going to grab Frondier Brown or something like that. Paint all the pouches out in a dark brown. Now normally I'd be like, cool, leave them white and we'll do it with like Gargrak Sewer or something. But I'm just breaking this Black Templar out because very inside of that guy's leg. And just up there on top of that armor piece. Still had a white blob on it. Yeah, we've still got some actual manual edge highlighting, or an absolute ton of manual edge highlighting to do. I'm just going to work my way through, looking for any areas that have those ribbed like soft seals showing. And then I need to hunt through my nice brushes and find one that I'm going to be happy to do some, keep saying some, the edge highlighting with. And thankfully there aren't that many exposed areas. I think there might be a little bit more with the Phobos. Oh, actually, it might be less with the Phobos. It's very covered up there. Oh yeah, they always get their belly. So soft seals aren't too bad. I generally will always miss one or two. You wouldn't think it's possible since there's only like a few places that they can be, but somehow I do. I'll normally get to a certain point and I'll go back and paint something and then be like, oh, how have I completely missed this guy's butt? Or whatever. Sometimes they're stretching enough that the sides of their stomachs are showing, So there's a good chance I'll probably miss one of those, or two. So we're on another Phobos guy. He's going to be slightly more difficult to reach these bits because he's got his carbine held in front of him. I generally don't even attempt to get to the neck ones. Anyone's looking at the neck seals on my Marines and would like to make a comment, they can piss off. Ooh, right, so the other reason for having this pot out I've remembered is that this hood. Oh, I should have used Storm Valley Fur. That's a much nicer grey, like brighter. It looks nice when it's being hit with oil washes and stuff. There's no one's stopping. Nothing's stopping us from coming back and doing that later if I want to, I suppose. Okie dokes. Got that a bit too far out of the armor panel there. So there's an absolute ton of silver that needs to be painted on these guys. We've got about an hour and 20 minutes. No, hour and 40. Say about an hour and 20 because I'm going to have to obviously pack up and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to systematically do the same piece on everybody. So what we'll do is we'll start with the shoulder pads. And we will use my favourite silver at the moment, which is Iron Warriors. I love its coverage, and I love the fact that it's darker than Leadbelcher. Only GW would have brought back Timbits. Right, so this is going to be the thing to do here. So we're going to go through, we're going to paint those silver. Now, are you wondering, do G-dubs still paint the Deathwatch Pauldron arm? They do still paint them silver. Okay, I had to check that. I wasn't 100% sure. So what we'll do is let's just do that as well. And I know that's done. I wasn't 100% sure if that was still a thing. So we will silver up everybody's left arm. And their pauldron. So the main reason for doing this is because I want to go in and highlight all the black, and I don't particularly want to paint anything that isn't actually supposed to be black. So it now makes sense to limit how much black is actually showing. because I'd be pretty pissed off if I just spent like a chunk of time and effort edge highlighting all of this guy's arm and then realizing that I had to then paint it all silver. So good to know. Now, if I remember correctly, so are there. These are silver as well. Now, I did just say I'm only going to do the arms and the shoulder pads, but not everybody has an Aquila. I don't think. Let's just check that first guy. I don't think he had one. But since it's so close to the arm, no, he has a little skull. Okay, this little skull. Pretty sure they were white. Ah, shit, they're white. They're not silver. Oh well, whatever. Just something in my head then just said, no, that's not silver. Of course it's white. Of course it would be, wouldn't it? Right, well, we'll sort that out later. And just remember not to do that to anyone else. So yeah, that's the reason I'm not finishing off the black armor right now, is because I need to eliminate everything that is not black on this model. Because I will autopilot and I will paint everything. So these are normally quite bright silver, and I do have options for bright silvers. So we'll look at those options later. I used to paint these with like granite steel sort of blue colour. I don't really feel like doing that this time around. I think originally we used to like literally thin down the old Guilliman glaze. Slap that all over the pauldrons. Let's just do this sword hilt. Over there. Yeah, this in theory will make my life easier when it comes to the edge highlighting of all the black armor, because else I'm gonna have to try and remember what's not black. What's that? 4. So we are no way in hell getting the black done today. I mean, in all honesty, today was supposed to be a building day, so the fact that I'm even painting them at all is ridiculous. So I am happy with that side of progress. That's good. Right, let's fine. Oh, because I've managed to make 11 of them, it's not that I'm at the halfway point now. Technically, this guy would make it exactly halfway. Well, he'd be in the middle. Technically, half of him would be halfway. Might as well paint this knife while I'm here. It's really annoying because there are silver bits that are really close to these like arms and stuff, and I'm not touching them because I'm trying to make sure I just do the same thing on everyone, which is always a difficult thing to do when batch painting, was to not go to do more than what you said you were going to do on each model. So the saying about the painting the silver on and saving myself like trouble, there's other reason for doing this. It's like things like the backpacks. There are good chunks on that backpack that are silver, and if I was to just go straight into edge highlighting and extreme edge highlighting the backpack and stuff now, I would 100% edge highlight a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be, that will just be painted silver. So this does save me a whole bunch of effort in the long run. Normally I'd be like, get all the black done, get it done and finished. But if I just autopilot through and autopilot through doing edge highlights, I will just sit here and I will edge highlight everything that's painted black. And at the moment, this entire miniature is painted black. You could sit there and be like, yeah, you wouldn't know. But at the end of the day, I've just dry brushed a load of stuff I knew was going to be silver. And I didn't need to even touch a lot of stuff. And it was easy enough for me to not dry brush it as well. It wasn't a case that I've caught it. I've purposely dry brushed a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need to. Okay, big guys. Oh, it's all over his arm. He's got like a proper big gauntlet. I don't know what that is. It's straps. Oh, weird. I need to look at him properly. Try and identify what the hell that is on his left arm wrist. Okie dokes. Also got to go in and I might even do that now. I think I might do it next. Just get Ulfon Grey and paint all of the Aquillas on their chests, but also use it to redo all of the skin tones. So the skins I'm going to cheat on to begin with anyway, and I'm just going to use a Darko Flesh wash or contrast paint, just so that they're there basically. Okay, what are we left? One more, and then we'll do that Ulfon Grey. It's another thing that helps me block out things that aren't black. Now we've got the browns for all of the what's it called? Holsters. Okay. Arms are silvered up. And I want some Ulfon Grey. Ulfon Grey's coverage is surprisingly good. I always find it weird. So, she's just going to use this to start blocking in these Aqua style chest motif thingies. Don't actually really need to do that on that bit there, so that was a bit silly, but the inquisitorial symbol, I believe, is of a nice gold. Yeah, it's weird. It's got decent coverage for a layer paint. It's very strange. And then let's just quickly just brighten up his face where we caught him with the dry brushing of the blues and stuff. Okay. Again, probably didn't need to touch that skull because it's gold, but I did anyway. Oh, it's hard to tell. That is a big chunky eye, isn't it, on the top there as well, right across there. I don't think that's part of the... I need more light. Oh, fuck's sake. Bastard slipped out of my hands. So I was doing that then. I'm going to have to fix that now, aren't I? I remember disliking painting these things on the normal aggressors, so yeah, this one. Although actually, his is more pronounced than the bloody Deathwatch one. This is my Kitbash one. So apart from the eye, he's actually got the same, essentially the same motif. He doesn't have the eye above the skull on his chest. So no biggie. Not happy with that. Even Lester noticed that he's a Kitbash. In fact, if I ever get around to making my Marine kill team, I'll make sure I paint his skin the same colour. Oh, I can't because he's a Flesh Terror and I'm not painting Flesh Terrors. Look at that. I was going to do mine as Raptors. Never mind. Right, is this the guy that's screaming into his van brace? Yes, it is. Oh, he's flashed arrow as well. What the hell? What have I chosen all these flashed arrows for? Fact, well, I've got a blank thingy there. I'm going to rip it off. So I was going to do my kill team as Raptors. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, I got distracted and I've just completely ballsed that up, haven't I? Note to self, when you look away from the model, stop applying paint. That was dumb. What's going on here? I looked away then again. Thankfully this time I did stop painting. Okay, I'm sure we'll make them look prettier later. Oh, thank God. Right, I can't see his, although he does have... No, he's fine. He doesn't have one either, so even better. Phobos Marine doesn't have one. He does have an eye, but that'll be gold. He does have a face, though. Face which I need to make brighter. And he does have a Reaver mask. It's annoying because I didn't paint that black. For some unknown reason. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, let's not paint his head white because he is going to be our salamander. And he doesn't have anything on him. This guy, I accidentally painted it silver. And he does have a face. He does have a bionic eye as well. And then our last chappy here. This guy, I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with this dude. It's really strange looking. Maybe I'll be able to tell more when I contrast his face. Let's have a look. So Right, so all of those little bits done. Things aren't even going to remotely look right until quite far into this. What one is this? Is this Dark Oath? Yeah, this is Dark Oath. So let's just, while we're here, while we're dicking about with skin tones, let's just give everyone a skin tone really quickly. We can use this to just do the most basic of skin tones, and then I'll normally use something like Kislev Flesh, especially Kislev Flesh Air, because it's so thin, or even Kislev Flesh Orcadian with mixed in with Pallid Witch Flesh. They work really well together, and I would normally go through, highlight the skin tone, the heads and stuff. Or you can do like a reductive, so you can start removing it. Just pulling it off, like the nose, the cheeks and stuff like that. The upper areas of the head. So we're not exactly leaving it like that to begin with though. So I'm fairly sure this guy's bald. Don't see a hairline anywhere. I mean, I'm bald and it makes me angry, so yeah, this guy's really angry. Okay. I'm going to put him to the side, because I need to, not him, I'm going to put him to the side, because I want to try and remember to pull his shoulder pad off. Because I don't want two heavy gunners that happens to both be flash arrows. Okay. I'm not acknowledging the message there from whatever that is. It's some sort of link about the best viewers. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look like it has anything to do with painting Deathwatch kill teams, so I'm going to ignore it. Okay, so oddly screaming guy. So right, just a real quick basic pass on the skin tones, just so they're there. Right, so next step will be another super boring thing to do: belt buckles. A belt buckle. Or do I change this up so it's belt buckles and belt grenades? Could do. Could do. Belt buckles and belt gubbins. Because there's nothing worse than thinking you finished your minis and then realising you've got a shit ton of belt gubbins missing. Oh, that's not a grenade. That's because I've just painted a grenade on the other guy there. It's fine. Fix that when we go around doing the levers. Okay, belt buckle. And a single grenade. What the fuck is that? Is that a Necron skull? What the hell? Why has he got a Necron skull on his belt? I'm gonna paint this knife. Sorry, I know it's not belt gubbins. It was so close to the belt gubbins that it's getting painted. Nobody else has knives, so it's fine. Slippery slope though when you start going off piece like that, man. Right. It's been relatively light on the sirens today. Not sure what that is. I'm going to assume it should be silver. There is a knife there. We will do the hilt of that. We will also do the handle of the pistol. No one's going to notice that because it will get all darkened out. Okay. So we have now... Do I feel like I've achieved much? A couple hours of painting. Yes, we've done a good chunk of boring painting. Then there's also a massive chunk of boring painting left to go as well, so... Okay. Oh, I've just done it again. Just painting one of those pots. Silver. I suppose there's nothing to say that can't be a metal one on his back. In fact, I might even leave it silver. Alright. Very unlikely that I'm even going to be able to see his belt buckle. I can. Just on the side there. Just because I can see it, I'm going to paint it. Which has also then led me to see that there is a tiny patch of black mist on his groin. So I shall paint it. There's no way I'm getting in there any other way. Time to do that. Okay, what else have we got? Pistol, some sort of pressure gauge, and another little grenade. It had a lot of silver bits. And since it's right next to that bit, I will paint in the back of this handle silver. Right. How are we getting on here? Last of the normal Marines. 2 more Gravis, and that's the belt gubbins bit. I'm going to need to find the brown. I think I said I'm going to do it Frondier. I do like Frondier brown, and I think it will cover nicely. Getting the belt spaced out, finished spacing the belts out would be actually really good. Do you like this preacher guy? It's really cool. Okay. Last of the heavies. And then while I'm at it, he's also got a groin area missing that hasn't been painted in. A bit behind there as well, and a bit just under that belt. So the heavies, obviously quite hard to get into these areas. So now that I'm looking at them, I'm going to quickly jump in and do that. Right. I did say I was going to pull this Gravis guy's shoulder pad off. Can I do it without ripping off anything else? Oh yes, I can. I don't want him to be a flesh tearer. He can be a, what's that? Is that Dark Angel? That'd be a Dark Angel. What else? Let's get that glued on there a bit. There you go. You've got a chapter change. Okay. I need to hunt down a brown. I don't know where my Frondir Brown's gone, so give me 2 seconds while I find that. I've not gone anywhere. I'm just lifting boxes up. Yeah, Frondir Brown. That's a good colour. Right, the nice thing about Frondir Brown is I can always, once we hit it with things like Nuln Oil or anything like that, we can hit it with, we can repaint it in with, I don't know, Steel Legion Drab or Dryad Bark or something like that. So it's a good one to block out pouches. And again, the nice thing about doing this is it eliminates things that I'm going to end up trying to edge highlight else. The less stuff that I can edge highlight, the better. So holsters and pouches, that's what we're going to go for. And I know I shouldn't have just done what I did as well. That was bad of me, wasn't it? That breaks my batch painting rules. I just painted his chest straps. But I'll allow it. Not everybody has them. So if I see someone that has a chest strap, I'm going to paint it. Could argue that not everybody has a belt pouches, but I think everyone's got a pistol holster. Even the heavies, I think, have all got holsters. I'm going to have to be really restrained here now and try not to paint. I really want to paint his actual belt brown. Again, he's getting a pass on having to do things that aren't part of his straps because of his belt, because he has leg straps, and not everybody has leg straps. Oh, what a greedy miniature. Leg straps and chest straps. Anything else? There is that strap there that holds on that bit there, and I'm assuming that this is all part of that, so this is also a giant holster for his grapple launcher. And there are a couple little straps. Why is this not charging? That's strange. Let's just plug it in this one a minute. Odd. It's just telling me that my till tablet was about to die. Right, okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, so there's a couple straps that hold this Necron skull onto his belt. Right. Oh. Okay. Ooh, he's got straps. Hang on. How many people have got chest straps? More than I thought. How long have we got? Just under an hour left. So, with the fact that there are more bloody leather bits than I realised here, there's a good chance that this is the last thing that we're doing, which is painting the leathers around the belts and apparently on the chests and on the legs. I doubt very much we will get much further than that. But as starts go, pretty good. I mean, from sprue to fully assembled to partially painted. Not bad. And I'm not going to actually probably get a chance to play with them until probably Wednesday. So plenty of time to get some more paint on them. He's got, what's he got in there? Is that grenades or is that a pouch? I can't bloody tell. I think it's pouches. I think it's a pouch with grenades. No one's going to see that. It's fine. Pretty sure there are pouches under the grenades. No, there won't be because he. I don't know. I think whose body he is. Plasma gunner. Same as the plasma gunner. Is he? No, it's a grenade. Never mind. So. Brown's done, and then I don't know. Really, pick something else. Maybe the silver areas on their backs that join their backpacks, because they all have them and they all need to be done. So, assuming there's time, that seems like a relatively quick thing to do. So we'll go with that. Well, if the Gravis guys are going to be this easy to do levers on, we'll be done in no time. Now, part of me thinks they missed a trick without putting any strappy things on the fronts of the Gravis Marines, but then another part of me is glad they didn't, because obviously I've kit bashed one of them. Okay, I'm going to do the strap, just because I feel like we didn't really do much leathery bits on them. So I will paint that strap. Gravis, Gravis. Ooh, we do have all the purity seal bits to do as well. Yeah, this guy doesn't have a holster for his pistol. Go. Ah, nice. And the good thing about using that other kill team guy's body is Gravis body is that he actually has a different holster combo on his back, so he's actually quite different. Right. So I've got just enough time to do the silvers, and this is going to piss me off if I don't do this as well really quickly. Be winding me up that that's got missing bits on it, and it's not going to be black ever, so it just needs to be blocked out in silver. It's just annoying me. Strappy bits. So there are always bits on the back of Marines, and I never know what colour to do them, so I always paint them silver, and they get Nuln oiled anyway. There's these like silver with little like almost look like stretchy straps. I don't know if they are stretchy straps. I always paint them silver. I assume they are more than just a piece of stretchy fabric. Now the big guys, I don't think the big guys have them. Double check. No. Right, big guys don't have it. That's fine. I'm not sure if Phobos have it actually. Let me pay attention to what I've just painted. All I know is that it's an annoying bit that if I don't do it, I'll see it another, like later and it'll annoy me. And I always paint it silver. Now Phobos must have it because I've just put a Phobos Marine down there. In fact, I've painted 2 Phobos Marines, so they must all have them. Okay, well that was quicker than I thought it was going to be. Next. Let's paint the chest grenades. They need to be done. I've already done the belt ones, so I don't need to look back at the belt ones, do I? That's good. Right, chest grenades. If I get the chest grenades ones done, I may even have time to quickly paint the gold. The gold centers on the chests real quickly. So another tick. Since I have gold right next to me, I might as well do that. Pretty sure that the eye itself is silver, but let's just colour it all in gold a second. I'm not doing that to their shoulder pads just yet. Assuming that's a skull in there. No one's seeing in there. Even I can't really even see in there. Are we technically tournament legal now? We've got more than 3 coats of paint on, 3 different colours of paint, and we've applied at least a couple washes. Oh, actually no, the bases aren't done, are they? So. Okay. Oh, we still got 45 minutes. Fine. Pick something that they've all got. So it's another thing that I need to do because I can't go and do any edge highlighting while these things are black. So center of that there. The center of the backpack here. Now I don't care what the box size is for these. This is the colour I do in the backpacks. I don't like the backpacks to just be one bulk colour. It's always a silver circle in the middle. I like it. I think it breaks it up. Also, if I paint that silver, I haven't got to try edge highlighting the circular bit. So, another bonus there. Ooh. Big plasma gun. I feel like that's going to have to be all silver. I mean, chances are the entire thing is going to be silver, but I'll have to go back to that. Not here for that just now. Went outside the lines a bit then. Okay, so all of them have had that bit done. So now I've got time to do this. So now it's time to do all of the little side vents. And these little bits, the actual like the jetpack type vent things that, like, as a kid, blatantly everyone thought that these things made them fly. Back in the Road Trader days. Let's just see if we can get the bulk of the silver on the backpacks done. It makes a world of difference to just block out and base out all the other colours. I wanted all that dry brushing and everything done on the armour earlier, and the other coat of Black Templar it was there for a reason. It was there to make sure that I wouldn't have to go in and do a whole bunch of dry brushing later. And now we're at that stage where I can go in and do the laborious task of edge highlighting all of the armour. But I don't want to do that yet because Oh, you twat. Still a little bit silvery, but maybe I just did that. I wasn't thinking. Just painted that top part of it. Hang on, does anyone else have that? No, nobody else has that. Yeah, that's getting silvered as well. Okay, and that wasn't me not paying attention, that was me assuming that the backpack nozzle was exactly the same. And painting it all silver is the right call because I've done that before and it doesn't look right. So with these still get painted silver, and so does the edge clip. But not the actual. I can't remember what they're called. Grav chute? Grav chute veins? Something like that. Right. Pins and needles in my feet. The other nice thing about doing this, and not just deciding to just go straight into edge highlighting everything on the black, is when I come back to look at these, probably not until Monday now, but when I do come back to look at these, I'll feel like I've done a lot more because there'll be more than just like armor colors. Okay, so most of that is done. I am 100% though, very much ready to stop painting. So it's a good time. It's a good time to be burning out now when you've only got probably less than half an hour's worth of painting time left before you go home for the day. So not bad. Better to be burning out now than burning out at 11 o'clock in the morning when I've only been painting for an hour. Assembling stuff for an hour. Definitely. Are we going for full silver on this? Oh fuck, I think we are. I said I was going to do that as well, didn't I, earlier? There, it looks right. I'm just looking over at one of the others and I haven't done that on him. But it does, it looks weird to not do it because it looks like it's not painted. Or yeah, it just looks weird and boring compared to the others. All the others all have like silver. There we go, that's better. I'm just going to paint the top of that little. I'm going to paint that cable while I'm here. He's not the only one with it. Is he? No, he's not. Let's quickly paint his as well. Oh, bollocks. That's fine. It'll only be silver on the edge, and we'll be edge highlighting a bit, so. Okay, just the big guys. Just the big guys, and then I'm going to call it a day because I feel like it's been a marathon today. The fact that I'm still going is insane in my head. Do I really want to make this one all silver? It's going to happen, isn't it? So why not just do it now? I'll just end up going back later and doing it, so might as well do it now. Okay. So there is more silver on the backpack to do because I also do the weird top like panel vent silver as well. Don't feel like I have the mental fortitude to do that right now. I feel like I am now hitting the wall, so to speak. So I think we will just get these last bits of silver done. And then call it a day. If I have time, I will quickly stick them all on a little plinth thing and do a progress for today shot. And whoever that one viewer I've had for the past hour or so has been, well done. I appreciate it. I'm on restream, so I can't actually see who it is. But I am shocked and amazed. Because I'd say that this has been the most, next to all that painting of gold trim I did like a month ago, this has been an incredibly boring one. Okay. So, very boring, basing out stuff, but it's been done. Oh, I'm now going to attempt to bend all my legs into the right places again. And then hopefully we'll be back on maybe Monday morning. You never know. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching. See you later. Have a good one.